Welcome to Module 3.6, Key Messages, Commercial Strategy and Business Marketing. This is part of the Interreg Italia-Malta I Know programme, and the materials have all been developed here at the Centre for Entrepreneurship and Business Incubation at the University of Malta. This slide shows where we are in the programme. You'll see that there are 8 vertical tracks and we're currently in track 3, which provides an overview of customer populations and customer segments. Taking a look at the circular model that we've described previously in the programme, you can see that we break down these concentric circles into 4 quadrants, and we're dealing here with the commercial bottom left quadrant of the model. So your key messages must take into account all that's been learned from market research and business intelligence. The key messages must be targeted at all of the parties involved with the stages of the sales process. The market forecast has to be a realistic forecast about potential customers, including their demographics, location and buying habits. Here, early minimum viable product feedback, as previously mentioned in another module, can be extremely helpful. The commercial strategy includes all of the activities and processes designed to help customers easily identify and buy the right products and/or services from the enterprise. The brand control is perhaps the most important aspect here, because brand is the most important asset of any enterprise. It's hard to win and yet easy to lose. Brand control includes all of those activities designed to enhance and retain a brand. It has to be something, therefore, that's managed continually. Part of that management involves business intelligence, which includes information from all sources that may identify a risk or an opportunity impacting the enterprise's business value. How you market, of course, is related to all of those things, and business marketing includes all of the activities designed primarily to get key messages to customers. It also includes getting messages to stakeholders. Stakeholders may include, for example, people who supply raw materials. Sales management then is a process, and a terribly important one. It includes all those activities focused on the acquisition of the customers, the management of sales, operations and logistics, and the customer experience. Before we start, let me just remind you that a simple fact: more than 50%, more than half of new businesses will cease trading within 5 years of startup. These numbers vary from country to country, and in some countries it's more than half within the first 3 years and around 70% within 5 years. Now, the reasons for closure are manifold, but included in the list of businesses started on the Field of Dreams strategy, we have to say that that is a major problem. What is that strategy? It comes from that Kevin Costner film, Field of Dreams, where he said, "If we build it, they will come." And many founders think, if I make it or offer it, people will buy it. That's simply not the case. You have to do the work to make sure you're providing what people want. Technology startups are really often at an increased risk of failure because their founders often have a focus on the product and not on the customer. So please be careful to make sure you do everything necessary to ensure you provide what people want. Basic questions to consider then in this process. Remind yourself about the problem-solution benefits model and ask, is my product or service going to solve a problem or meet a need? Who and where are my potential customers? What and where is the competition? What is my unique selling proposition, the USP? What price are customers prepared to pay? Does this price mean I can make a profit? Is my proposed business legal? I'm not indicating here or suggesting that you're planning anything illegal, but sometimes things can fall outside of the law for reasons that you did not imagine. Legislation often requires, for example, you to comply with regulatory requirements in manufacturing, so do make sure you are compliant. Refer back to the SWOT analysis, but this time on your competitors and particularly their products. Compare the relative product features, yours and theirs. How are these delivered to the market? Review the size of your competitors. What's the general size of organisation? Who's larger? Who's smaller? What are the market shares? And what do the financials look like, if you can find out? In the detailed SWOT analysis, originated at Stanford and most closely associated with Albert Humphrey, they looked at all the SWOT issues under 6 headings: product, process, customer, distribution, finance and administration. And for the detailed SWOT analysis, Each SWOT issue was allocated to one or more of the issues, which were then developed into actions for management. So it helps you to identify issues and then plan how to deal with them. Strengths are maintained or built upon, protected. Weaknesses are remedied or exited. Opportunities are prioritised and optimised, and threats are controlled. All of this can help you create your own unique selling proposition, or USP, that forms the basis of the key messages that you need to develop. Back to basics then. Use the business plan, SWOT analysis and market research to really identify what you are selling and who you're selling to. Remember that you're about solving problems and focus on benefits, not features, and that your product or service needs to solve a problem for customers. In terms of finalizing your key messages, try to identify the differentiators. What makes your solution better than the competition? Don't confuse the issue with too many points. 5 key points are often enough. You'll need to end up with a series of different key messages directed at the various parties in the sales sequence. Your marketing strategy must define how you will reach those parties. There will, however, be some key messages common to all, and from those you can define the public statement. That's the kind of thing that will go onto the first page of your website. So this is the end of the presentation, and here in the lecture format we'll be asking for questions, but for now let me simply say thank you for watching the video.